So today we have a dedicated session to TCP Exchange. We call it questions and answers. We have received several questions. So Misha, she will be presenting today, and she have designed the session from those questions and answers. So she will go through some of the exchange examples. And of course, you still have a possibility to ask questions. So please use the chat panel or question panel for raising the questions. We will have a time at the end to go through the questions and we will be answering them. A little bit of housekeeping for today. So you are all muted, but you have a possibility to raise questions or raise your hand through the GoToWebinar panel. This session will be or is already recorded. And I think that's it. Yeah, we have a 1.5 hour. So Misha will end around 1:15 with the presentation of the examples. And then we have a 15 minutes for questions and answers. So thank you very much to all. And Misha, over to you.
Hello, I am Nisha Klimova and I have prepared for you some example to be more familiar with TCP Exchange. The first example is how to do the exchange in new PNR, because it was one of your questions, so I have selected this example as the first one. So you can see here PNR, Prague, Tel Aviv, Prague, and you can see that no ticket has been issued in this PNR. I have the ticket issued in the past, 7th of March this year, but the coupon status is still open because this ticket has not been used. Reservation was cancelled and we cannot use the original PNR, so therefore I have created new PNR. At the beginning, I would like to tell you that you can use this TCP Exchange for new PNR only when it is totally unused ticket. It means we are before departure. If it is partly used ticket, it is also possible to use the exchange or ratio in TCP, but only manual mask must be selected. I have also one example for you to show how to do it. So the ticket is here and we go to TCP. Here you can see the icon. So I will click on this icon. I would like to also to explain that this icon must be installed in your smartphone. All of you have received the link. Who has not the link, so he can ask us and we can send it once again. And when this icon is installed, so it appears here and I will click on it and we will be transferred immediately to TCP. So you can see, wait a minute, I have to show it here. TCP is here. Always when in your agency, when you are using more PCCs, so it is always good to check if it is your PCC, because you can see I have several PCCs here and this is my PCC. If it is not I can go here and click on it and it will be changed. But I am in my PCC, so I can start. Here is reservation. Ticket is missing here because the ticket was not issued in this PNR. So I will click on loads ticket by number, and I will wait a minute. I will copy the number here and load. So and add, and ticket is here. So always I am starting from the ticket. I will click here on this eye, and ticket is displayed. This ticket can be exchanged, refunded, or using void exchange. It means when the exchange was not done correctly from some reason, so you can void the exchange. So I will click on exchange, and here is only warning that because the ticket which I am using now is already exchanged, and the original ticket is longer than 12 months, but it's okay because the airline allows to use the ticket now for 2 years due to COVID. So I will click on continue, and I'm here. So maybe you know all these four possibilities, for options. Mostly used is exchange using new fare quote, because then the new fare quote is sent from Galileo, from Travelport Plus. Here, this second option can be used in case that from some reason you have already stored filed fare in your PNR and you would like to continue with TCP. The other one is for involuntary changes. In this case, no pricing is requested from Galileo, but all ticketing data are copied from the original ticket. And the last one is the manual mask. Manual mask is used in some special cases when the above three possibility cannot be used. I will show you this manual mask. And as I explained at the beginning, when it is partly used ticket, and it should be reissued in new PNR, so only manual mask can be used. But this ticket is totally unused, so I can use this first option. And this table is the most important table. We will select all segments, and validating carrier will be LR. It is before departure. And here is the first coupon modified? Yes, it is. So in this case, the new fare calculation will be done with today's date. I would like to show you what happened when I will not use any other modifier which is shown here. So I have selected only the segments, and now I go down. What is happening that I don't see, now I can go down and proceed. So now new fare calculation will is requested from Galileo, and you will see the ticket, original ticket, on the left side, and on the right side new fare calculation. Always it is quite good to check if the baggage is the same, if it is the same type of the fare basis. You can see it is, so we can continue. If For example, here will be 0 PCC. So in that case, you have to go back. To go back means to click here on this PNR record locator, and you can start again and use some FQ modifier. For example, in this case, I can use here additional modifier uh, B asterisk column BF2, because it is fair family number 2, so with baggage. So you can do it like that. Or you can also use fair basis. So if you would like to use fair basis, so fair basis will be here. So you can enter fair basis for H class, same fair family, which is this one, and for N class, fair family number 2, and this is this one. When you are using fair basis, so it means that you force the system to use the fair calculation using this fair basis, and then you have to check if everything is correctly calculated. I will show you. So here is fair calculation, it is the same as before, and here you can see rule validation map for both fair components. It means that even if we have forced the system to use these fair bases, everything is correct according to the appropriate fair rules, rule validation map. It means that you can continue and you can be sure that your fair calculation will be correct. If it is not correct, so some of these fair components are red, and here you can see, for example, flight application not met, or booking class failure, or minimum stay not met, and so on. And in that case, it is up to your responsibility if you would like to continue or not. For example, if we have partly used ticket and we have here advance purchase not met, so you can ignore it, because for partly used ticket, advance purchase cannot be met, never cannot be met, because passenger has already started the travel. So it depends. If you are not sure, it is better to ask your help desk, or you can send a message to us. So here in this case, rule validation is met, and therefore I can continue. I would like to show you how to collect penalty, even if nowadays the penalty can be also ignored in some fares, because due to COVID, some carriers do not collect penalty from higher fares, but some of them, yes. So I will select EMD. When EMD is selected, you can see that a reason for issuance code is D, and reason for issuance subcode is 993, and it is automatically added by TCP. It was also one of your questions, so therefore I am showing it. If it is empty here, and you are sure that this carrier is using EMD for penalty, so in that case, please contact us which carrier it is, and send this example that it is empty, and I can contact the programmer, and he will add this reason for issuance codes and subcodes there to be automatically displayed. So if this radio bottom is marked, it means that EMD receipt will be printed on your local printer, or you can click here, send to email, and either if this empty element is present in your PNR, so email address will be selected from there. If it is not present there, as in my case, you can enter your email address or passenger's email address here. So I will put some amount, for example, 500 CZK, currency code is already here, and we can, and that's it. Here it is not IT ticket, so the fare will be shown on the ticket, and commission is percentage and 0. Of course, you can change it to amount and enter some amount here, or if on your market it is not allowed to use percentage or amount by the agent, so you can click here, GDS automatic, and it means that the commission which was filed by the carrier to Galileo commission table will be automatically taken from here. So I can continue, and here is very important for you, comparison table. So you can see that now the fare is higher because my booking is to higher booking code. So additional collection for fare will be 3,163, and also 116 CZK will be collected as an additional collection for AP tax. Here you can see that this bulb is off, so even if the original tax was 705 and now the tax is lower, it has been changed to 354. So no refund for tax will be done. So it means if the agent will not touch anything here, it is additional collection for one tax and additional collection for fare. But if you would like to refund part of the original tax IL, so you can click here, and you can see that 351 will be refunded. If you will do it like this 351 will be deducted from additional collection for fare. Additional collection for fare is this one. Deducted minus 351 is plus 16. So total additional collection will be 2,828 and 500 penalty issued on EMD. So it is up to you and up to the passenger if you would like to refund part of this tax. If not, so you will switch off this bulb, and you can see that additional collection now is 3,179. So it's up to you. If there will be no additional collection, if here will be 0, and you would like to refund this part of IL tax, so then EMD for refundable balance will be issued for this amount, because we don't have from where to deduct this amount. One important note, this amount can never be deducted from the tax which must be collected additionally. So if the fare will be zero and you would like to refund this amount, so it means that you will issue the ticket with additional collection of 16 CZK. It must be paid by the passenger, and EMD for a refundable balance 351. So it means that passenger will receive money back 335, I think. Yes? But due to accounting, it must be done plus 16 and minus 351. So I will continue. I think it is quite clear. Here is form of payment cash. I can change it, for example, to form of payment card, and I can select the card type, which can be Visa, MasterCard, American Express, JCB, Diners, AirPlus, Easy Pay, and this UATP card. Yes, so you have to select from all these card types, and when I will click, for example, Visa, so you can see VI is written automatically here, and here will be only the number. Expiry date, and in special cases also approval code. If the card was approved, if the amount was approved before ticketing, or, and it is very important, if the new ticket was rejected from some reason, either by Travelport, by Galileo, or by the carrier, you have to realize that the amount was already approved and blocked on the card, and you have received approval code. Approval code will be displayed on your screen. So in that case, you will enter approval code here in order not to block the same amount once again when you have corrected the problem. So it is sometimes also very important. But I will change it back to cash. So cash, I have confirmed that I have read category 16 of the appropriate fare rule and stored the fare. Now it takes some seconds because you can see what TCP is doing now. Preparing fare quote for exchange, getting ticket information from the original ticket, creating filed fare, creating exchange mask, and now it will be ready, and you will receive filed fare prepared and EMD for penalty as well. So now, so here you can, you will see the stored fare, filed fare mask, and it is also important to check it. So again, you will click on this eye, and you can see everything, new fare, taxes, what will be additional collection, and so on. And you can see it as it is stored in Galileo in your PNR. So you can see that SVC element was created for this EMD. You can see filed fare here. You can see exchange mask. You can see the mask with taxes, and how much will be additional collection, 2,828. So we have checked everything. We agreed with that, so we can close it, and we would like to exchange the ticket. So now you have two options, two possibilities. Either you would like immediately to issue the ticket, and it means that you will click on ticket, and automatically penalty EMD for penalty will be also marked, or you will only put store, and then no ticket will be issued. Everything will be stored only in your PNR, and you can issue the ticket later from PNR using TKP. But in that case, you have to issue manually also EMD using this EMDI slash IC new ticket number slash uh, SM5 and so on. Yes? So, last check before ticketing. I have checked all exchange screen. So yes, I have done it. And now you can see I can also issue the ticket, not only store, but also issue. I would like to tell you something about these print modifiers. When you are not doing anything, it means that only TKP command will be used, and print itinerary is also, this bulb is on. It means that itinerary will be printed and mirror will be generated. Sometimes you are used to use TKP, DTD, for example. But this DTD, you cannot enter here. See what happened when I will add DTD here. DTD, DAD, and DID modifiers are not allowed. When I would like to have DTD here, I will delete it from this line, and I will switch off this bulb. And what does it mean? Now, DTD means that you don't want to print itinerary, but you would like to have mirror. Yes? So when I will switch this bulb, so you have only DTD. It means that no itinerary, no mirror will be generated, only ticket will be issued. So you have to use these bulbs not to edit here. It is for some other additional information. For example, in some country, they are using net ticketing, this method, BSP, is some BSP method, and in that case, some additional information must be added here. So this field is not for DTD, AD, and so on. It must be done via these bulbs. So there were also a lot of questions for this table, so therefore I wanted to show you. So now I will click on issue. Yes, I would like to issue it. And now ticket will be issued, new ticket will be issued, and EMD for penalty will be issued as well. If from some reason ticket will be rejected, or ticket will be issued and EMD will be rejected, you will see it here. So in that case, you have to find the reason why. So if both documents will be issued, you will see such a green. Now you can see, now you can be sure that new ticket is issued. You can see new ticket number, and EMD was issued as well. And that's it. And we are again on the top of TCP, where you can see the ticket now because ticket was issued. So this was such a quite simple, you can see the ticket. Ticket is already here. This is new ticket. So close, and I will close this. I will ignore this PNR. If you would like to check the PNR, you can see that ticket is already here. You can ignore and retrieve and see new ticket. You can see also END. So I will ignore this PNR, and I have prepared for you another ticket. It is a little bit complicated, not so easy as this one, and I have prepared it here. So you can see that there are two tickets issued Prague, Frankfurt, Chicago, and back to Prague for Lufthansa. And the fare bases are this one. I have checked fare bases also in FD, fare display, and you can see that it is fare family or branded fare 2, because we can use it also. I have checked also the condition, fare is non-refundable, and there is no penalty, changes are allowed. But what I wanted to show you is this. If it is always written in category 16, and there were also many questions regarding this. Here is written in the rule, if changes are made to any other than the first ticketed flight coupon, so then the fare in effect at the time of original ticket issue will apply and so on, will be used. So it means when you are changing, for example, a return travel, so for this recalculation, you will not use today's date, but the original or previous ticketing date. And here it is written that if changes are made to the first ticketed flight coupon of totally unused ticket, the fare in effect at the time of a rebooking ratio will be applied and so on. So I will show you how to do it. So here is PNR, and I will open this PNR and we can start. So here is the reservation, and here again you can see the ticket, the first one for example. So original ticket was issued for 1st of December to Chicago and 5th of January back, and now passenger would like to travel 1st of December. So the first flight coupon is not changed, but he wanted to change the return travel. Instead of 5th of January, it will be 7th of January. And also higher booking code you can see here. Higher booking code. So we can start. Again, I will click on the icon. And I have to show you because it is always on my second screen. So now you can see TCP Exchange. So here is the PNR. There are two passengers, two tickets. So I will start with the first ticket. I will do exchange. Again, I will use exchange using new fare quote. But here, because we haven't changed the first flight coupon, so here is the question. We are before departure, totally unused ticket. But here is the question. Is the first coupon modified? And you will click on no. When you will click on no, it is not modified. So original ticketing date is shown here, and the recalculation will be done using the original ticketing date, or in case that the original ticket has been exchanged or reissued several times, so previous ticketing date. Validating carrier is Lufthansa. We will select all segments and click proceed. So new fare calculation is here. At first, the most important always is to check baggage. Here was 1 PC and here is 0 PC. It means that it is not a fare calculation which is suitable for this ticket exchange because it is light fare and here was standard fare, basic fare. So it is not correct, and you can see also that new fare is lower. Always when the fare is lower, always check if everything is correct. So it is not correct in this case. I will click here on this record locator and I will start once again with the ticket exchange, and now I have to use either fare basis or this modifier. I would like to show you how it will be when I will use fare basis. Where I have this so so I will use fare basis and I will use the original fare basis. I have to no, I cannot find where it is. Here it is. Yes. So I will use original fare basis, which was this one. I would like to show you only what happened. This one, and for return travel, I will use this one. So we can continue, proceed. Now we have used original fare basis, but our booking code for return travel was V. So you will see what happened. The system will return fare calculation for fare basis SNCB2, SNCB2. Yes, but it is not correct, and therefore you see that fare basis rule warning is red, and here is written booking class failure. So in that case you have to check everything. You will find that you have not used correct fare basis, so therefore you will go back again, click once again on the ticket exchange, and you have to use correct fare basis. Correct fare basis in this case, because our booking code is in V, so it will be VNCB2, So it will be here, ENCB2, and for outbound travel, it is KNCF6. Yes, select all segments. And again, um, is your first coupon modified? No. And I can click on proceed once again. So now the warning will not be in red, but will be written rule validation map. I suppose that it will be like that. You can see that now the fare is higher, correct fare basis is here, but we have to check this. Fare basis, rule warning, rule validation map for both fare components. So it is correct and we can continue. We can select collect penalty as a tax. We will enter GU code for Lufthansa 1000, for example, and that's it. And we have here this comparison table. So, YQ tax must be collected, some additional collection for YQ, because you are using higher fare, and this YQ tax in most cases is depends on the fare basis. So because it is higher fare basis, so here will be additional collection. But these taxes can be refunded again. So if the bulb is off, nothing is refunded. But if you would like to refund it, so you have click it on this. Or maybe you can refund only one of them. It depends on you. Yes? Fare difference is 2,450. Total additional collection is 3,451. No EMD is here because we have selected penalty as a tax. And this is also very important. It is PFC breakdown for XF tax because it is travel to US, and you know that to US this XF tax is collected for nearly each airport, and the airport code and the amount in USD must be shown here. In many cases, it is done automatically by TCP. But when it is second or third exchange or ratio, so it sometimes TCP have no information about this XF tax and cannot find it from the ticket as well as not from PNR. So in that case, the agent needs to add this airport code here and the amount. Always on the original ticket it is shown. So he has to find it and add it here. So that's all, and now copy. Because I have two passengers, I can copy the mask for the second passenger because the second passenger has the same passenger type code and the same fare. So now I will copy everything. I will confirm that I have checked category 16 and also that the mask for the second passenger will be the same as for the first one because they have the same passenger type code. So I will confirm and store the fare. So now it will take a little bit more time because also the mask for the second passenger will be created by copying the ticketing data from the first passenger. So again, you can see what is done now by TCP. The fare for the second passenger has been already copied. Now the exchange mask for the first passenger is created. Yes. There are two masks, so we have to wait a little bit. Then the mask for the second passenger again will be copied. And that's it. So I will issue these two tickets. So tickets are here. I will check everything. Everything is correct. So I will close this. I would like to issue two tickets, and I will confirm that I have everything copied, and I don't want to print itinerary, so I will switch off the bulb, for example, and issue tickets, and now we have to wait until the tickets are issued. And I would like to use these new tickets and show you also informative pricing, because immediately when the tickets are issued, new tickets, so passenger would change the return, everything, would change everything, and he wanted to know how much it would be. So I will show you informative pricing as well. Informative pricing has the difference from GEM, because in GEM you have booked the new segments in PNR. You haven't stored these segments to PNR. It means you haven't done ER, and you have used GEM for this informative pricing. In TCP, it is quite different, because you will book new segments just in TCP. So it means not in original PNR, but in TCP. And this will be my next example. So tickets are issued, okay. Tickets will be here. And now passenger would like to travel set of January, 5th of December, but and set of January. So I will stay here, and immediately I can add this informative segment. So here you can see the PNR, and you will click on edit and add, and you will enter the date. So it will be 5th of December from Prague to Chicago with carrier LH, and it will be via Munich, for example. Sometimes it is important, sometimes not. So search. Um, so you can see this first connection. Original booking code was K. K is available, so we can use K and confirm. And you can see informative segments are here: Prague, Munich, Chicago for 5th of December. And I would like also to add the segments for return travel, and it will be 3rd of January from Chicago to Prague with carrier LX because they are one alliance via Zurich. If I would like to show you this field also, include interline connection. Sometimes if this field is not marked, so you will receive only connection with LX carrier. But if the field is marked, I will show you only. So, and search. Now you have LX, LX, here you have combination United Airlines LX, and so on. So it is important only for you to know that when you would like two different carriers, you have to click this field. Otherwise, only for the carrier which is designated here, LX, so only such connection will be returned. Date will be 3rd of January from Chicago to Prague. Search. And we can select S class. Again, from this, S class is available. Here it is, so S and confirm. So, and done. So now you can see here are the original segment and here are informative segment. And we can continue. Now you can see these new tickets which I have issued some minutes ago. So, and here is also filed fare with this new ticket. So again, I will start here. Exchange using new fare quote. And now I have to select, so I will select this informative segment, or you can select combination of informative segment and already booked segment. It depends on passenger, what he would like to calculate. Now we are changing the first flight coupon, so here will be yes, and I can add, for example, this fare family, asterisk column BF2, and proceed. And you will see fare calculation now, and that's it. It is for informative pricing. But if passenger would like to change it again via Zurich, and also for 5th of December departure from Prague, you can continue. So there are two possibilities. You would like only to see it. Now you see how much it will be, but it is cheaper. Yes, it is cheaper because here was booking code V and here is booking code S. But it is not correctly done because we cannot use a lower booking code than it is here. So in that case, we have to go back and remove this Chicago, Zurich, Prague booked in S, so I can remove it, edit, remove, 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 and now I can add the same but incorrect booking code, so it will be set of January, Chicago, Prague, carrier LX via Zurich, search, and booking code must be V because the ticket has been already exchanged. Right? It is V. V is here. V is here. Confirm. Done. I wanted to tell you that as I showed you already that you can remove this informative segment. So this here at this stage you will remove only informative segment, not the original segment. If you would like to continue, you can remove the original segments at the end. So exchange, yeah, before departure, we will select these segments. Now we will have correct calculation. Asterisk column BF2. Proceed. So now you will see if there is some additional collection, if everything will be the same, because we have used the same booking code. And if passenger would like to change it again, you can continue. If passenger don't know, still don't know if he would like to travel with Swiss via Zurich or will LH via Frankfurt or Munich. So you will close TCP and that's it. So now you can see that the fare is the same, but there will be some additional collection for taxes. I will, again, you have to collect some penalty, but in this case we will not do it. It is only demonstration. So you can see here is additional collection 2, CZK1, CZK and so on, because the rate has been changed. If you don't want to collect 1 CZK because it is nothing, you can again switch off the bulb and this 1 CZK will not be collected. But you can leave it as it is. But DU tax cannot be never refunded. DU tax is penalty. But what can be refunded is this DE, because the return travel is via Zurich, and this uh, Swiss tax must be collected. You can see Swiss tax is collected. Now YQ is higher because Swiss has higher YQ, but this DE tax can be refunded. DE tax is not necessary. And also half of RA tax. So it depends on you. That's it. This ticket PFC breakdown is here. We will copy for the next passenger. We agree that we have red category 16 and the second passenger has the same passenger type code. And now, because it is only informative pricing, so now you know the difference. But if you would like to continue, it means that passenger would like to change the ticket again, you can click yes, and at this moment, the new segment will be booked in your PNR, and you can continue with the exchange. You can remove the original segment. But if it was really informative pricing, so you will click on cancel. Nothing will be booked in your PNR. You know, only you will tell passenger that additional collection 835, but we can refund 770. Two, it means that the additional collection will be 63 CZK only. So it was this example, and I have the last one where I would like to show you. I will close this. I would like to show you a real PNR with account code, and it is IT ticket. So I will close this one, ignore it, and I have to change my PCC. Yes, now I am in a real agency, and I will where it is. This is the ticket. So I will open this PNR. So this is a real PNR, real ticket, and it is partly used ticket. So you can see that Prague Male has been already used, and passenger would like to change return travel. So again, I will use informative segments, and I will do it for 13th of December. He would like to travel from Malé to Doha and Doha, Prague, 13th of December. So, but now, because I have changed PCC to some other agency, I cannot use this icon because, or I will try to do it, but you will see what happens. Access denied because I am still in my PCC, so I cannot use this one. I have to change, wait a minute, here, and I have to change and sign in another PCC. Yeah, this you will not do, of course, because you cannot. But when you will be country administrator, it will be allowed for you as well. So, PCC is 5C0L, and I am here. I am here. I will click home, and I can. I have to enter a record location. So PNR is here. You can see that this is already in pass, and passenger has reservation for 10th of April. So I would like I would like to see what will happen when he would like to travel 13 of December. So I will add 13 December from Milan to Prague with carrier Qatar Airways, QR. It's not necessary to enter Doha because all connections are via Doha when this carrier is selected. And booking code will be as the same as before. So S and S. Confirm and done. So, and now I can use this informative pricing exchange. This is very important information because this agency has several PCC and I haven't changed the PCC to be 5C0L, but I am in the first PCC which is here. So I don't want to change the ticket in this PCC, so therefore cancel must be done. I go here and you can see I can change PCC here. Now I am in correct PCC. So it is also very important to know when you have several PCCs attached to your agency that you have to check if you are working in correct agency or not. But now I have to add again 13th of December, 13th of December from Malé to Prague with QR. Search and as confirm done. So now everything is here. I will start from the ticket, exchange. And what I wanted to show you is that it is IT ticket and therefore this fare must be entered here. If you don't know the fare, so you can check the ticket. I will show you here. You can check the original ticket. You can see it is IT. And because in your file fare history the fare is missing and also on the ticket is only IT, so you have to add this amount manually. If you don't know, this ticket was issued 20th of April. So you can check your sales report. You can check the sales report and find the ticket there, and you can see that the ticket is 12,735. So I will add, wait a minute, here. So I have to add how much it was, 12,735 here. Otherwise it will not price. I will select this informative segment for return travel, and because it was fair with account code, I have to enter account code here. It will be, wait a minute, account code is CZC16. So I have to enter CZC16 is the account code. You can enter also additional modifier column P for private file. And of course, which I haven't done, of course you have to to select also these flown segments, because when you would like to recalculate partly with the case, the fair calculation must be done from the beginning. It means from Prague. So correct is to select flown segment and these two informative segments. And click here select all. You can see that we are automatically after departure and the original ticketing date is here. And proceed, fare is here, and proceed. Now, proceed is not here. Why? Here is some mistake. I have this after departure date.
I think the currency in the base pair, no? Isn't it that?
Currency.
The missing ticketing data. The red one.
This one. Aha, thank you. CZK must be everything. And proceed. So it was only example of IT fair and how to enter the original fare there. It must be done by the agent, how to enter account code. So we will not finish everything. I will show you only the fare is here. It is IT ticket, you can see it here. You can see that fare is 0, everything is 0, so there will be no additional collection and so on, and we could continue. But because it is already 12 minutes to 11:30. So if you have some questions, I can explain you your questions. If there will be no questions, I can show you one more example. So if now is time for your questions.
So thank you, Misha. We have a few raised hands. We have one question in the question, but it was related to the informative pricing, which you have already explained. So thank you for the question. And also, yeah, okay. So I can see a raised hand from Ciara Lynch. I hope I pronounce it correctly. So I will try to unmute Ciara. So yeah, you can.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
I just have 3 quick questions. The fare that you entered there in the base fare, is that including tax?
Base fare is always without taxes.
Without tax.
Without tax.
Okay.
Without taxes.
Yeah, the fare that you put into the base fare when it asked you for the base fare, that was
yes,
just
without it is always only the fare.
Great.
Without taxes.
And my next question is, where did you get that account code CZC16?
You must know this account code, because the private fare with account code are special fares filed by some organization or agency or so if
Yeah.
if the carrier will file for you some private fare, which is,
Okay.
for example, lower, so he will tell you, here are the private fares, and
Great.
you will enter, you will see them only with account code. It means so nobody else can solve such a fare. So you
Okay.
must solve.
And my last question is, can we amend the endorsements, for instance, if we have a waiver code?
In endorsement box.
Great. Perfect.
Endorsement box is here. So
Brilliant.
endorsement box is here. So if you need to enter, you can either add some information here, for
Okay.
example, waiver code or something like that, or you can put your cursor at the beginning and waiver code here or what you want.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sierra, for the questions. So next on the road, we have a Mirza. So yeah, you can speak.
Yeah, thank you so much. The training was really very informative. One thing is, two of my questions, the lady before me has already asked, so it will be only one question. Will we get this recording? I mean, that will be really helpful if you could send us this recording on the email.
Yes, sure. It is. We will send it today or tomorrow, definitely on all email addresses who were registered. So you will get it definitely.
Okay, yeah. The other two questions, the lady before me has answered, and this is the one question. Appreciate if I could, get a recording of this, so it will be helpful. It's difficult to remember everything, and if you have the recording, if I make a mistake or an error arises, I can always refer the recording.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. We also have a frequent asked questions. So we will also put it in the email. Sorry, not frequent asked questions. We have a user guide, online user guide, where the cases are described. So you can also use this one, and we will put also the link to those. And Misha has recorded several webinars before, and several dedicated just recording to some exchange, for example, IT ticket, how to exchange IT ticket. And we also place those recording on our YouTube channel. And you can also use it over there. And again, we will send the link to the YouTube channel in the thanks email.
Yeah. Okay. And the last thing is, when you said IT tickets, even the CAT fares also are referred as IT tickets, right? The CAT 35.
Just now, I didn't understand to your question. What was the question regarding IT ticket?
No, IT fare is a special fare which is given to my travel agent.
Yes.
Okay. Some airlines have CAT 35 fares.
What?
CAT
CAT.
I don't understand what the airline have.
I think it's some category of fares which, if you have them in the system, so it will be also able to use them in the TCP Exchange, because the TCP Exchange relies on the host, on the Travelport host through the universal API. So if you are able to sell those tickets, yes, we will also be able to quote the fare with this
Okay.
price.
Because Saudi Airlines, they have this CAT 35 fares.
Yeah.
I will
Maybe it would be good. It would be good if you could send us an example of such a PNR, and we can take it aside this webinar.
I would like to show you
Okay.
something. Maybe it is connected to your question. Here, next to the name is passenger type code. And there are, for example, some ITX fares. So you will, but these fares are based on passenger type code. So maybe you have supposed these fares. So if it is ITX, it means passenger type code, and this is different than account code. So it can be both passenger type code and account code, for example, like before, or only one of these. So always passenger type code instead of ADT. You can add some code under which they are filed, these fares, or account code. So these are two different things.
Okay. But anyhow, I will send that CAT 35 fare.
Thank you.
And if there is any clarification required, I'll definitely reach
You
out to
mean category 35?
Yes.
Now I understand you better. Yes, send this example, and the best way is to send a real PNR and real fare, and I will try. I will not exchange the ticket. I will try only informative pricing, as you could see now. It is also real ticket, and because I haven't completed the exchange, so nothing has changed. So we need all information in order to can answer correctly. Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we have another question from Ravi Sham. Yep, you can speak.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, it's Lina from Mauritius. Good afternoon. So,
Hi.
hi, we have two questions. The first is the last time we had an issue with a travel agency. She was collecting the penalty on EMD for Malaysian airline, and the code which appear on the system was not the right RFE code Malaysian airline used. So the EMD was rejected. So,
And you mean this reason for issuance code and subcode?
yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
And it was a wrong one.
The wrong one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was at 993. It was a
Yes.
different RFE code, and then the EMD was rejected while
So,
issuing the.
okay, when this happens, please send us this example. We will check if the correct subcode is written by TCP or not, because in my Travelport application you can find all these codes and subcodes, so we will check it. If it is not correct, we will send it to the programmers, they will correct it, and so on. Or also if it is missing, because the carriers still are testing this EMD, and the other possibilities are added. So maybe it could be some carrier which is not in our database with this reason for issuance code and subcode. So please send us such an example, but send PNR and what you are expecting. We need all information, and we will check everything, and we will send you our answer back.
Okay, we will. But is there any option that we can modify it at our
Yes,
end?
yes, of course, you can modify. If you see that it is not correct, and you know correct code or subcode, you will retype it, and that's it. But even if send it to us, because we can correct it for next cases.
Sure, definitely. Thank you. And my second question is that in our market, we do have a senior citizen fare. So different PTC are used. So while reissuing the senior citizen fare, we need to modify the PTC because the
No,
code.
here, as I showed you, here,
Yeah.
PTC, and you will enter CRN or something like that.
Yeah, SRC, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we need to modify each time, yeah?
Yes, of course. Or maybe when you will add in PNR after the name, in the same way as it is added, for example, for youth fair or for children fair, you can add it to the name, so then it will be taken. But always check it, please. If it is automatically taken from name element or if it is necessary to be modified.
Okay, thank you so much. Very useful info. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ravi. And we have 11:30, but still there are some questions. So I will also give a question to Douglas. So Douglas, you are not. I cannot unmute you actually. You are self-muted. So if you wanna speak, you have to unmute yourself. Okay, Douglas, I think now you can speak. You can see your microphone is green, so we should hear you. But
can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Douglas from Travelport, Malawi. The way I see the product, the user guide looks as an internal part of it. Now, in case one would want to send the user guide to the customer so that they can also at the same time do self-teach and see it, is this the very same one or there's a special user guide which you can send out to customers? That's number one. Number two, I've seen that the product is very good and very educative, but I've seen it is working majorly on a paragraph 16. Are you also using the 31 category or not? The last question is, we understand we are all struggling financially due to COVID and the like, the business is going down. Is there any way you could give a discount to your customers how much small one is, or else do a product bundle and see how it works? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Douglas, very much for those three questions. So the first one, if I'm not mistaken, was about the user guide. So the user guide is external, so we can share it or you can share it with your customers. If you would like to add something there, you can always send us the information what needs to be added or amended, and we can of course amend it. It's an online user guide, so if you need, you can send only the link, for example, for the particular part of the user guide. You can export it, or we can export it in the PDF, and we can send it to you also if you need it in the PDF format. So the second question was about what was it about? Sorry, I didn't put a note on the second one.
Paragraphs. I've seen that.
Paragraph 6. Well, right now we are more concentrating on the adding the Travelport exchange tool, guarantee tool through the JSON API. So Travelport has created maybe you know the product Rapid Reprise, the formerly one. So the new one is called Automated Exchanges, and they will be rewriting it into the JSON API. We already integrating this into the TCP. Probably at the end or at the beginning of the next year, there will be two possibilities to exchange the tickets, the way how it is right now, but also the guaranteed exchanges, which is within the category, appropriate category of the airline, which has been filled and can be robotically read by the host system. And so yeah, this will be then, and we may also think after that is finished, we may think to auto-populate the information from the category 16, so you don't have to open SmartPoint or Gallo terminal, and you may see some window then with the category 16. And the third question was about the pricing. So I would like to take this one aside. So because we have a Travelport, but also Travelport representative, but also a customer. So I would rather take this on the email basis. So we will contact you on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that's it. Oh, we have a Roxana. So the last one. So I will just try to unmute Roxana. She's self-muted. So try to unmute yourself if you want to raise a question. Okay, still not possible to hear you. I have a one more question which came through the email from several markets, several agencies ask. Yeah, Roxana is on right now, so you can try speak.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. I have a question regarding the involuntary changes due to schedule change. How can we operate this in TCP?
It is very quickly, I can show you one example with involuntary changes. It is, wait a minute here. Here you can see again PNR and Memphis, Detroit is UN, and there are other segments with TK status. So this ticket must be exchanged. I will show you quickly this PNR. It is real, again real PNR. So I go home and enter PNR here. I will select the set option. So here you can see UN, TK, UN, TK, and so on. So I can go to the ticket, do exchange, and then involuntary changes. And here you can see, here it is necessary to select correct segment. In case that it is partly used ticket, you cannot select flown segment. This is the biggest difference between between new fare calculation and involuntary change. In case of new fare calculation, you must select flown segment, but in this case it is not possible. So we will select only from this segment. So it will be what, this one, I think, Atlanta, Memphis. No, it is this
Memphis,
one.
Detroit.
Memphis, Detroit, and Atlanta. No, Memphis, Detroit, and then Detroit, Amsterdam, Amsterdam, Prague. And here is everything copied from the original ticket. But on this new segment, it is not copied. So therefore, I will use this edge details. I will select Memphis, Detroit segment, and you can see that it is copied now. I will put no stopover here. I have to check if the travel is really 19th of December, because sometimes this involuntary change can be next day or day before, and so on. So in that case, you can change the date here, and that's it. And I can go here. All taxes are copied, fair rate of exchange, everything is copied. Also, this PFC breakdown is copied and due process, and then you can continue as usual. It is one more thing I will show you when we will have fair calculation back, because in this case it is fair calculation copied from the original ticket. Everything is enable selection. So I have not selected correct segment. I have selected segment 5, 7, and 8. So I have to select some other segments. Not 5, but it will be maybe 6. I don't, wait a minute. I have to check.
Isn't it, Misha, that this is the 5? It's cancelled. I cannot see the proper status, but the 6 seems to be like TK segment. So you should
6, yes, 6.
6.
This one. Again, I will copy the data here. No stopover. So now I have selected 6, 7, and 8, and I will proceed. And I would like to show you also endorsement box because it is also a little bit different from normal fair quote, because you need to add, now you can see it, everything is correct. And here in endorsement automatically is SKCHG, and you can enter here some text due to flight cancelled, like something, or what you need. So this, because we have selected involuntary change, so it is correctly according to IATA rule that SKCHG should be at the beginning of endorsement box, and also letter S will be letter S will be at the beginning of fair calculation. You can see it here. If from some reason the carrier will give you some other instruction and he is not using this code, so you can click here on this bar and enter, for example, involuntary involve like this. Yes? And also this letter S disappeared from fair calculation. You can see that it is not there now. So this was the basic difference between involuntary changes and fair quote, new fair quote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Misha. Thank you, Roxana, for the question. So I just want to finish what I wanted to say about the. So some of you have asked that you've been used to by using GEM or GRM when you finish the exchange that you've seen who actually made the exchange. So you have seen the sign on of the travel consultant who changed that. And yes, this was because it was tightly connected, the GEM and GRM, to the smart point. So it used the initials of the one who actually made the change. In the TCP Exchange, it's a different story because we are using a universal API sign-on, and the universal API sign-on is usually WS sign, and we are using it for every and each operation in the TCP because it's the technology behind that. And we cannot simply change the sign-on to the one of the travel consultant. That's why we are now using the username as a signing the change. So if you go to the history, you will always see who made the changes. So it's WS sign-on, but there will be a received from field, which will be the one who made actually the exchange. Username, usually your email address. This information, it's not transmitted through the MER file to your back office systems. So we are now building the possibility to add the username in the field which are transmitted through the MER file. It will be in the DI line, DI free text, and there will be the username who actually made the exchange of that ticket. So then you will be able to capture the information through this information. But to have your initials, your sign-on in the record, it is not possible because of the technology of the Universal API. There will be always WS. We are also be building some kind of a reports into the TCP Exchange. So we are thinking of the report for the full agency to track who made the exchanges, and also every individual user will have the possibility to see only the report of their exchanges or refunds. So this will be another source for you to track who made the exchange.